Hello, hi everyone, I am your host Triple S, and this is the very first episode of my Minecraft Let's Play series, Let's Destroy the Bed. And this will be episode 0, not episode 1, because episode 1 we would actually be doing something interesting. But for episode 0, it will just be an explanatory episode of the fact that I already have diamond armor. Because we've all seen Minecraft Let's Plays, and they've all started out in a brand new survival world all over from the very beginning, from the wooden tools to the iron tools and eventually to diamond. But why do something like that? Why do it the same old way that's been done over 1,000 times? Why not instead have the world pre-built somewhat and then just keep adding on to it? Like my very first treehouse here. It's not very interesting, but oh well. I still fell to my death 4 times while making it because I was doing that when I have iron armor, and for some reason I kept forgetting that when I was shifting and when I wasn't, so I would accidentally just walk right off the edge. Hilarious way to go, indeed. A fun way, not at all. So this is also where I keep my two favorite things, my pet cat Garfield, and my favorite type of flower in Minecraft. What's its name? I forgot it. Oh well. Then across the other side is actually an enchanting room. Surprisingly, I got more good enchanting good enchanted books from fishing than this room ever provided. So it was mostly a waste of time is what I'm getting at. Next of all, we'll go to the second part of my base, considering I built this in 2 halves. Ah yes, I also own 1 of every parrot as well as 2 wolves. Well, dogs. They used to be wolves at one point. Actually, how would you look at that? Would you look at them as now being dogs, or are they still wolves, but tamed wolves? Interesting question. The second part of my base will be slightly more interesting because this is where I have all my different redstone components at as well as just going to be built to be the more technical side of the base, whereas with the treehouse, it's going to be more of the cosmetic part, where everything is just built to look nice, but function isn't really the main priority, whereas over here, it'll be redstone first, beauty later, and it'll be mostly built out of stone bricks. It's because of that reason. Nice and simple, especially when you have a silk touch pickaxe. I said a silk touch pickaxe, there we go. Stupid charger. Alright. It's a simple sugarcane farm. There is a larger one I've built, but this is the only one that's automatic. There's also a simple pumpkin farm down there, but we won't take a look at that. It would just be a waste of time. We can always look at it later. Moving on onto the actual ravine base, as I like to call it, since it's built in a ravine. One of the very few ravines I've ever seen. Which is interesting. In an old Minecraft world, I only ever found 1 ravine, but in this one I found 3. And almost fell to my death in one of them. I managed to stop myself right on the edge of the block. You gotta watch out when running around, because occasionally you never know when a giant hole will emerge in the ground deep enough to kill you if you fall in. Be rather funny though. Yeah, why is this so laggy? This is the tree farm. Pretty much only used for spruce trees, and that's what it was pretty much designed for. And then over there is the lovely storage for an iron farm that's broken. It was broken from the day it was built, and now considering the way they changed the iron farms, it's probably a good thing that it never worked to begin with. But eventually we'll rebuild that. I just had to figure out what what design I want to use for it. Then over here is just a little cactus farm. I probably don't need a bigger one, but I will build a bigger one just because I like having things far bigger than what they need to be. After all, why not waste resources on absolutely every type of farm? And then, of course, a kelp farm. This one is just built to be appealing to the eyes, whereas the real one is actually hidden way behind the wall. Not too bad. And the next up will be the cow farm and wheat farm that are built right beside each other for convenience, but annoyingly I haven't finished both of them, mostly because I ran out of gold. Speaking of which, I've actually recently started construction on a gold farm, and it's pretty much finished. I just need to light the second row of portals. For some reason, my controls disappear every time I'm near it, so that's an issue that I'll have to work on eventually. That's mostly a technical thing. Okay, there's a cow farm, and then wheat farm that's not even fully planted, because I still have to finish the mechanical side of it first. This is actually going to use a villager in order to collect the wheat. And then since he will only have seeds in his inventory, he'll have to drop the wheat onto the ground, and then a minecart. Then a hopper minecart can pick it up from beneath him. A great way of doing that, truly, and it's also the cheapest way, I think. The only issue with it being you have to make sure that it's nice and bright, or else a zombie will get in there and then your villager will die, and then the entire farm is broken. Until eventually you come in there and take care of the problem and have to transport a new villager. But it's better to not go through all that hassle by just simply lighting the place up properly. Which the great part about torches is, since they light up a 7-block radius around them, and water will also hydrate the first 7 blocks of farmland around it, you can kind of use that to mark out where you need all the torches to be. Plus, I know I have my torches too high, but if you had them lower, it would also make it where the villager can't fall in the water. Oh yeah, also where all those water blocks were, they're actually on a half slab, so a waterlogged half slab, so that way I can just have the minecart running straight along through there instead of having it dip down in some parts where the water is. Much simpler than the old way you used to have to do it. And over here is the village. That needs a lot of work done to it. Every building is going to be destroyed and rebuilt. And then there it is, my giant wheat farm. Sugarcane. They look so similar, really. You know, the only difference is one's green when one is the sugarcane's green. You know, and it's 3 blocks tall instead of 1. Clearly, they're very similar and easy to mix up. And finally, we can move on to more of the main attraction, being the gold farm, as well as the highly under construction witch farm, which I can't wait until it's finished. But first, I'm gonna have to get myself a diamond shovel and put all the good enchantments on and whatnot before, since there's a lot of dirt to clear. Roughly 1 million blocks in total of everything that has to be destroyed before it'll be finished. And then to shorten our trip, we might as well use one of my ender pearls. 45-degree angle would be about here. Nice, right on top of a tree. And then eventually something that we'll have to do is go fight the ender dragon. Then why not, just for the fun of it, use one more ender pearl. Okay, would have been better if this wasn't a tree, but oh well. Okay, at long last, we're near the portal again. Amazing how quickly the game can load sometimes. Alright, onwards to the next part. I have conveniently constructed a tunnel all to take me from one place to the next. Speaking of which, this part right here that's all in stone actually goes right across lava. And I had a ghast staring at me while I was building it. As you can imagine, that was rather scary. Luckily, though, he never actually fired at me, so I never risked falling in the lava. Probably should have brought a bow with me instead of just a trident. But oh well. Speaking of which, at some point I have to get mending on my trident. Ah, finally, the other portal. Eventually I will actually go through the effort of putting ice blocks here, well, packed ice so it doesn't melt, with the boats, so that way I can get it across in less than 30 seconds. Clearly 30 seconds is still way too long. Well, that was interesting. Huh. Let's just walk away from the creeper before we try sleeping. Oh yes, I know there's a lot of, quite a few blocks of, what's it called? Quartz theft that has to be mined. I'll take care of that eventually. Yes, I know, running through their explosions is the lazy way of doing it, but oh well. Why fight something when you can just have it destroy itself? Alright, so when I say I've worked, highly under construction. I mean, I pretty much just laid out a gigantic square on the ground, lit some trees on fire, and because I haven't been playing in over a week, those trees have been burning for over a week. And that's technically not accurate, but oh well. But this is the one sliver that I have mined away, and it's not even all the way down to bedrock like it should be. Still stops pretty short. I mean, there's only 30 blocks left to go from there, so it's not too bad, halfway there. And then now just the entire area that we're standing on, plus three more just like it, have to be mined out all the way to bedrock, for a total of 1 million blocks of mining, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is something that should take 600 hours to do. If you were crazy enough to try mining it all out by hand, which is exactly what I want to do. Because why not? I would be able to brag about it for years to come, being one of the very few people who has ever tried to mine 1 million blocks, all by hand. Well, not by hand, this would be by hand, but I am just slightly above that level of insanity. And of course, here's the gold farm, my 20 portal big gold farm, but only 5 of them are lit currently, and I'll eventually light the rest of them later. It probably isn't doing very well, is it? Nope. I'm thinking I should replace these cactus for just fall damage, because it should work a lot better than these. But who knows. Yeah, and of course there's also a nice little viewing window. Well, we've reached the end of the tour. So hopefully see you next time, if I haven't been too boring, that is, and bye.